In this video, I'm going to explain entrepreneurship in my terms, what it is and how I think, how I maneuver, and just to give you some insight. So I read a lot, always been a reader. And I noticed that although I am an author myself, reading other people's information, it helped me grow to the individual that God created me to be. In church today, the pastor was talking about how God gave the different talents and how he would give the 10, the 5, and they did not give anything back. Many of them didn't give anything back, and there were others that did give back. So when you think of entrepreneurship in that term, and if you are spiritual in any type of way, what you want at the end, you want God to say to you, well, good servant, you have done great. And when I think of that, I know in my work that I drive everybody crazy that works for me, because it's the constant move and it's what I hear and what I see. Entrepreneurs, we have visions. And when we have those visions, the visions are worked out in our thought process, but we hire people for those visions to come alive and be developed. So I have a book, The E-Myth, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. And this book is by Michael Gerber. And what I like about this book is that he's basically saying what I already know. One person, 3 different people inside of you, all the different personalities. So I am the entrepreneur. He talk about a technician and he talk about a manager. So when you have these 3 people inside of you, I noticed it all the time. When I first started out, I was all 3 people. What he's saying is that why most businesses fail is because they're not delegating the work out, right? So Jeannie, who I always talk about, and Maricela, they're my managers. Maricela's my manager for my support coordination. Jeannie's my manager and director for the after-school program, Joy Making a Difference. Jeannie is also the human resources for both companies. I drive Jeannie crazy. And she always say, my boss get on my nerves, you work on my nerves. And I get it because I get on my own damn nerves. When I tell you, I understand how she feel, because when I sleep, I hear myself sleep thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking about, but it's not silent. It's something all the time. And I know you can resonate with this. I don't know why, but I drive me crazy. I do. So whenever you're an entrepreneur and you have these thoughts in your mind, now you're giving it to the manager, and the manager is the one that is making those things happen. The technician is actually physically moving because they like the work to get that done. But I'm all of that inside. I am definitely, out of all of them, I am a technician because I like to get it done. I can't sit still. It needs to get done. It needs to get done this way, that way. That's why a lot of you say, I'm going to quit my job and start my own. Well, that was me. I worked in so many different fields. In human resources, I worked, you name it, developmental disabilities, you name whatever in that particular field of mental health, I did it. And I said, you know what? I can do this better. You know what? I care. You know what? I have a heart. You know what? And I constantly, in that technician brain of mine, see that, oh, I can get this done. What happened was, if you stay in that technician mind, you drive yourself crazy and you will not continue to grow, because you have to now take that technician out of you, place that in somebody else that's going to get it done. So as an entrepreneur, you can continue to move, you can continue to grow, you can continue to make those different decisions that need to be made so your company can continue to keep going on and on. If you're doing all 3 as that entrepreneur, as that technician, and that manager, something is going to break, because you cannot do it all. That's why I always tell people, and I am around a lot of smart women. I mean, smart women. Really smart women. You have to be able to trust, and it's hard because you have to delegate and you have to believe in God because you have to delegate. In my field, you have clients and, oh, somebody might want to take my client, somebody want to do this and all that. Listen, you have to be able to trust and believe in God, honestly, because you have to keep moving because you cannot do it all by yourself. You cannot. Ray Kroc could not build McDonald's with his brother all by himself. He had to have a team. Then he duplicated it again. And that's what church was about. Duplicating again and again and again. You have to have a team. You can start off with you because that's all you have. It's solo, it's you, there's no money. I know, I get it, I did it. I know every job that there is because I did every job there is. So I can be able to know what I'm doing to train others. But once you get to that part, I'm telling you, delegation is everything. You have to be able to say, look, you smart in this area. You smarter than me in this area. This is what I need you to do. When I used to go to the directors meetings, and now Jeannie says she understands because I would text her because when I hear something, I'm like, oh, we need to implement this. And I'm texting her, we need to do this. And now that she goes, she said, I get it. I understand why you did it because you want your program to grow. You want the kids to have everything that they need. So I understand why you're texting me. But when I think, and I'll say, Jeannie, or I say, Maricela, I got to talk to y'all. Maricela don't really say much. Jeannie be like, oh God, here we go. What is it? And I'm like, I know. I already know. It's always something because the brain won't stop. And I need them. You need people. There's no way you can go about this solo and be this entrepreneur. And I always talk about being self-employed. And I'm not talking about being self-employed because you can definitely be self-employed. You start off that way. But when you start to grow a business, you need moving parts. You need systems. You need people or your systems in place to make those moving parts work. There is no way you can do it all by yourself. So entrepreneurship in my terms is all those moving parts that you need these individuals in your life to help you get it out of here and out there. And when it gets out there, that's when it can help people because any type of business you are in is helping. We are in the world of helps, where we're helping somebody with something, no matter what it is, if it's a sweet tooth, if it's cleaning the house, whatever it is that you're doing, you're helping them because you're giving them a service. So you're trying to find a problem, and that problem you have a solution. My problem is I keep getting these thoughts where I don't want them no more. My angel, I always talk about Minister Valerie, and she would call me and say, God told me to tell you, you got to do this. God told me, and I said, you know what? Please tell God stop talking about me. Tell him stop. We started laughing. I was like, stop, because I am very obedient and I'm tired and it drives me crazy. And the last time she called and said, God told me for you to buy that building, I bought the building. And I am so grateful. But I'm like, can you tell God I need a break? But I'm just saying that you'll hear a lot of different terms when it comes to entrepreneurship. Look, you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. We all are. This world, this 21st century world that we live in, we have to do something different. Because just working for other people, and I have people that work for me, get it. I understand it. Everybody is not an entrepreneur. But there is something in you that you can give. If it's going to make you happy, create more income, it is something in you. But the people that work for me, and I don't want to say work for me, they work with me because we work together. I love them. And I love them because I need them. And any entrepreneur, any business person know you need good people that are smart, that care and have a heart. My staff at both of my companies, my support carnation staff, love them because the heart that they have for the families, I can't even describe it. I can't even describe the ladies in their heart. And it took me years to find this group of women that I never wanted to depart from because they care. My after school program, my teachers, my site coordinators, my teachers, they care. So to have a great staff and for me to be the businesswoman that I am, I have to be able, the vision that God gave me, I have to be able to see it, maneuver, and I have to delegate. It's all about delegation. So please subscribe to my channel because we're low to the bottom and trying to work our way up to the top. And when we work our way up to the top, I will be so grateful and I will let you know. Until next time.